Here is a testimonial for the highest paid part-time job in the world from Katrina Alexander.
So I'm approaching 3 years in this academy. All of my accounts have increased trading, investments, business, and personal accounts. This academy can produce results in all areas of your life when you do the work. Yes, you have to work on your psychology and mindset to get the results.
Weekend Stock Market Talk for May 18th, 2025. So as of today, we really have not seen our normal May sell-off. In fact, May has been relatively bullish. We're kind of at the midpoint of the month. Let's see how things roll out the rest of this month. But I think because of the really extreme sell-off leading into the month of May, what we're seeing now is kind of like a recovery month as opposed to what we normally would see in our May month seasonality, right? So looking at the economic calendar for this week, Fed speakers on Monday, more Fed speakers on Tuesday, right? Another Fed speaker on Wednesday. We got existing home sales, initial jobless claims on Thursday, and then even more Fed speakers on Friday. So what we kind of have is just Fed speakers all this week. And then even on Sunday, we got Jerome Powell doing the commencement, right? So looking at the earnings for this week, I like this week's earnings. Zoom is reporting on Wednesday, which is interesting. They normally report earlier this week. Definitely going to be looking at Home Depot, right? I think the cybersecurity companies are really in a good position, right? I'm definitely going to be looking at Target, okay? Thursday, Deco Brands, BJ's, Advanced Auto Parts, right? Ralph Lauren, okay? Workday, and that's pretty much going to be it unless I'm missing something, right? So a good week for earnings, but I really don't think earnings is going to move the market this week. I think the conversations around trade is really what's going to move this market, right? So looking at the SPY, what we're seeing is that we've recovered all the way up. So we're pretty much now almost back at all-time highs. Still got that 600 level that we got to get past, and that's where we can hit our resistance. But what we've seen over the past few weeks is just continuing to move up, move up, move up. So we may have had our big sell-off for the year, and the rest of the year could potentially just be bullish. The VIX back down to 17. If we get the VIX to the 14 and the 15, they're probably going to take all the hedges off, and the market's going to really be positioned to start moving back up. Same thing with the Qs, right? Let me zoom out a little bit. So we got the all-time high around the 540, well, above that 515 level, which was the key level for us to get above. We now just have to continue to move up. We may get some volatility on the way there. But again, we've just seen the last few weeks just constant moving up. We get back to that 540 level, and then we kind of see where we take it from there. So I think that a lot of the bad news has already come out, right? As far as the market is concerned, political media is going to keep creating bad news. But as far as the market is concerned, a lot of the bad news has pretty much already come out. Now people are looking forward to good news. And until we get more bad news, I don't really see a real reason to continue more selling off. But you never know what can happen. So I want to really encourage you, make sure that you manage your risk. Make sure that you know what trades that you're involved in and trade your strategy. Hope you got some value from it. Talk to you later.